To find your least squares regression line in StatCrunch, first off, you want to go ahead and click this little blue box. So that will take you, that we can open in StatCrunch. And you'll see that it will import all of your data right from MyStatLab into StatCrunch. So now if we want to go ahead and find the least squares regression, we're going to press Stat, go down to Regression, and choose Simple Linear. And now all we have to do is select our x and y variables. So x will be x, and y will be y, and just click Compute. So here's the information that it's given us. It's given us the sample size, it's given you the equation of the line. It's also given you the correlation coefficient. So you had asked if StatCrunch could go ahead and calculate that. It does, right when you do your simple linear regression. And in this case, it's 0.9669. So it's really close to 1, which means it's almost a perfect line. And here you can see your intercept and slope in another form. They put it into the equation here, but you can also just take it from here. Okay, then we have a whole analysis of variance, but we'll talk about that later in the next assignment. So round to 4 decimal places, and you should be all set. Now, in order to go ahead, I think that, let me just put these answers in here so that we can see the next part of this question. Hold on. So let's see, this will be 2.1622. You were super close, and that's the thing. Like when we do this by hand, because we are rounding when we go ahead and find our calculations, we're not always as close as StatCrunch can get, so it's good to use StatCrunch. So 4054. Click check answer. Okay, and then next it wants us to, we got to find the correct graph. So you could graph these out on graph paper and see what it looks like, but StatCrunch can also give you a really easy way to take a look at the graph. So if I go to graph and I click scatter plot, so scatter plot's here. I can choose my x variable, which they labeled x, choose my y variable, which they labeled y, and click compute. And you can see that I have a pretty linear relationship here. And then I just have this one point that's kind of dropped down. So if I go back to the pictures, you can blow these up so you can take a better look at them. That's a perfect line, so that's not it. This one looks like it could be it because we have this drop down point. Perfect line, so that's no. And this one we have a point that's above, so I'm believing that it's going to be B. And there we go. So try that out, play with it a little bit, but again, because we do round when we go ahead and do a lot of our work, we're not going to be as exact as StatCrunch is, so that'll certainly help. Let me know if you have any more questions.